conference ahead of the visit of Burnley on Monday. He confirmed that Seamus Coleman should be available for Monday night, which is a big boost for Everton, definitely. Obviously, we were all a little bit worried when we seen him that he was out missing for the Republic of Ireland game. But according to Rafa Benitez, it looks like Coleman will be fit and in the squad for Monday night. So that's a big positive for Everton. Obviously, we know that Ben Godfrey is back in training as well, which is really good. We know that Yerry Mina is back in training. So a lot of the players are actually fit for Monday, which is excellent news. So giving ourselves a good opportunity to what is a tricky game, but giving ourselves a good opportunity to have a full squad and for the manager to pick the right team, which is ultimately what he needs to do anyway, isn't it? But good afternoon to everybody. A couple of people saying good afternoon, James Dunlop. Tazul says, blimey, Baz, you took your time. We were having just one or two little technical issues, that's all. That's what we still have here there's like a glow here, a bit of light coming in, which is making me look a little bit brighter. But yeah, there you go. There are technical issues that you have sometimes. Craig Antrobus says, will James change to get in the team, or does Rafa not care either way? Well, I think James will need to change to get in the team, and by changing, I basically mean he's just going to have to work hard and work his balls off. He's a hugely talented footballer, and we're all happy with that, aren't we? What a fantastic footballer he is, but he's also got to do the work that everybody else does, because why wouldn't he? So if he gets himself fully fit and he's doing well in training, then I'm sure Rafa Benitez will use him. I thought, to be honest, he handled the questions well, Benitez. He didn't shut the door on James at all, but he did say he's got to do what everybody else is doing. And that's right. If you're playing in a team, everybody has to work as hard as each other. There'll be occasions where, if you're a top side, you might have a luxury player, if you like, who is a little bit different to others. But Everton aren't a top side, sadly. And if we're going to do anything to help ourselves get closer to being a top side, or even just get closer to the top sides, then everybody has to put the shift in. Everybody has to work. And James Rodriguez is no different to that. So I quite liked the way the manager handled the questions. I thought he did very well with them. So it's up to James now. He's staying. It's up to him. Don't waste the next few months playing on Twitch and, not doing what you should be doing. Knuckle down and prove and show everyone just what a fantastic footballer you are. And if he does that, I think we'll all be absolutely delighted. Richard Morris says need to give James a crack. I'm sure he will. Derek Polahonki says, hope James plays Monday in front of the fans at Goodison and gets energised by the atmosphere. Mike Bond says, love how Rafa dealt with the James Rodriguez questions. Absolutely. I thought he handled it really well. And just on Derek's point, I think he would get energised by the Goodison crowd. If I was Rafa Benitez and James Rodriguez trains well over the next few days, then get him on the bench. Give the fans that little bit of a boost seeing him there. Let him experience it and want to be part of it. And having that little bit of, well, not little bit, having that pure quality sat on your bench, who knows when you'll need it? Last 15 maybe. So it's important that he knuckles down and does what the rest of the lads are doing. And that's how you'll create a good work ethic. It's how you'll create a team that is difficult to beat and a team that Evertonians enjoy watching play. Toothy Orifice said, I think he said, if James wants to play, then it's up to James. Well, it is, isn't it? And that's absolutely right. No door closed to anybody. Work hard and make me play you. That's kind of what he's saying. But you've got to buy into it like everybody else seems to have bought into it. So if he does that, then if he buys into it fully and puts everything into it, then Everton will have some footballer on the hands, definitely. Because we've all seen when he's on form, his quality is unquestioned. Kevin Kraft says, afternoon, Baz, afternoon. Kev, Kieran Brownbill says, with James, did anyone actually believe he'd want to play in Turkey? He has to get his head down, surely. The football opportunities seem to be shrinking. No, I didn't believe for a second he'd go and play in Turkey. But you're right, he has got to get his head down. Jarlath says, afternoon, Baz, sounds like Rafa doesn't fancy Hammers at all. Surely he has to bite the bullet and include him. I don't think it was a case of him not fancying him at all. I think as a manager, you've got to try and afford everybody the same opportunities to play. I think good managers never turn their nose up at quality footballers. The problem is, sometimes, is that if the player has got the quality but isn't doing what the rest of the squad are doing, then you can't just include him because he's James Rodriguez. He's got to put the work rate, the effort in, get his head down, do what the other lads are doing. And I think Rafa Benitez is right to put that on his toes. Absolutely. Why should anyone get a free pass? Anyone. Don't care who it is. Why should he get a free pass? So, us as fans, we moan. I've seen so many and lots get in touch with us, and we've been doing these shows for long enough to see people complaining about footballers not giving their all for the blue shirt. So why, when a manager demands that, because it's a player who people like, is it okay to go against the manager? You know what I mean? It's like take the player's side of it. Rather than saying Rafa Benitez is absolutely right on this one. It's about working hard, you forcing your way into our team. Because if he does that, we'll be delighted because A, we'll have an excellent, fantastically talented footballer playing for us. And B, he'll knuckle down and be doing what everybody else is, which is all we want. So I think Benitez has handled it brilliantly, to be honest with you. James Dunlop says, good news about Seamus Coleman. Absolutely. Also with Mina and Godfrey back in training. Definitely. Stephen McConway says, good afternoon, Baz. Hope you're well. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, Stephen. Rob Taylor says, good afternoon. Happy with players that play to a level we pay them. Yeah, definitely. Charlie here says technical issue, like a window. No, the technical issue wasn't the window, but I was just saying that was just another thing that I didn't actually sort. Apologies. What are we? Talat Sadiq says, I'm happy about how Rafa has the academy in his plans. Absolutely. It's massively important. We've got to start producing our own, but we've also got to, we've seen with, a couple of players, Ali Cho, who's left, and Thierry Small, we have got to make sure that there is an avenue into our first team as well. But we've got to try to develop those players so they are good enough to play in our first team. Where are we? A bearded runner says, Hammer's saying on Twitch he's fit and ready to play. Give him a game and let's see if he puts the effort in. No, let him put the effort in to force his way into the side. Get him on the bench in the squad. That's my opinion. I'm not having this thing of that. You just put him in no matter what because he's James Rodriguez. If he deserves to play because he's training as hard as everybody else, absolutely, it'll be great. I can't wait to watch him. But I don't want him just in because he's James. Craig says, agree, Baz needs to pull his socks up, work hard. Think Rafa is getting the rest working hard. Just what we need. Absolutely what we need. Too long, it's been easy street for Everton, for some Everton players. You've got to work hard and then your talent comes to the fore. It's great being really talented, but if you don't work hard enough, then you're never going to achieve the results you should, basically. So it's about working hard, definitely. James said the Colombia manager has warned James if he doesn't stay fit and hardly play, then his chances to be in the World Cup could disappear. Hopefully that motivates him as well. Absolutely. Ruse, hello, Ruse, mate, says, who do you reckon starts in the back four on Monday? I think it'll be Coleman, Dean. The centre-backs are really difficult one because obviously last time out we had Michael Keane and we had Mason Holgate, didn't we? As the two centre-backs. Yerry Mina's fit again and Ben Godfrey's fit. So whether the manager just goes with the same back four that started at Brighton. But I would change Holgate out, definitely, for this one. and put Mina in, because Burnley have got Chris Wood and Ashley Barnes, who are big physical target men. So it's a tough one, to leave Holgate up against them. So I think maybe that's where Rafa Benitez, and we know that he is a manager that looks at the opposition and plans for it. So I think that's one of the changes I think may happen. If Coleman's fully fit, which Benitez seems to think he may be, then obviously he'll play. If he's not, then Holgate may go to right back. So we'll have to wait and see what happens to that. Steve Peace says Rondon looks mad with hair. Needs to bring back the bick. He's had that before, though, that hairstyle at West Brom. Then he did bick it, but Mancunian Toffee said, did anyone see Davy Klassen back in the Holland team? He played really well up the Toffees. No, I didn't see Holland, but good on him. Good for Davy, definitely. Kevin Kraft says Goodison will roar if James comes on and plays. Basic Trigonometry says it does make me wonder what James got away with under Carlo. Yeah. Basically, just training at half speed. But Ancelotti had him and knew how to manage him, I guess. His ego and stuff. But because he wasn't as fit as he should be, he hasn't done what he should have done in his career. A lot of Colombian journalists who know better than me and have followed him closer than me have questioned his work ethic and has basically blamed that for him not doing what he should have done, given his talent. So, I don't know, maybe it's up to him now, isn't it, to work. Aaron says, sod off James, don't like him. He may be good, but we don't need him. Stephen Frederick says, cheers, Baz from Colorado, USA. Nice one, Stephen. Rafa is very respectful and very wise, says Jay Lee. Steve P says, isn't it mad seeing the Duke these last few games? That's the player we signed from Watford. He was great defensively, but he was massively being shackled by Ancelotti. Yeah, Benitez has just come in and gone, do what we bought you for, mate. Do what you're good at. And he's gone back to what we thought we were getting at the time. Stephen Evans says our academy has been shocking. The attitude, hang on, where are we? The gaming Toffee, James says on Twitch, needs to stop. It's unprofessional. He clearly can't be asked. Let him play one game to give us the fans what they want. And unless there's a massive turnabout, get rid. Well, he's going to be here now till thingy, isn't he? He's going to be here until January, at least. So it's up to him now, isn't it? It's up to him to work hard. Chris Saunders says no club in Turkey can afford James, full stop. Yeah, I mean, that was an issue. Hello? Is that back? Is it back? Is the sound back? Apologies. That's berserk. Right, okay, I'm back, apparently. Jarlath says, Baz, do you reckon Barkley is sitting somewhere in London right now thinking I should never have left Everton? Absolutely. It's just not... I mean, he's got an FA Cup winners medal and something else, hasn't he? Chelsea won... It's about playing football, isn't it, at the end of the day? If you move to a club like Chelsea and you're not kind of guaranteed to get in their side and you end up just being a bit part player, what's the point? you know. But Ronald Koeman started that fracture with Barkley, so I don't know. You know, he might say no. I've gone to Chelsea and all that. But I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. Where are we here? Alan Hanson, what a name. Says, I'm really happy about Rondon. Heard good things from Baggies fans and Toon fans. Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to question his attitude, Solomon Rondon. I think his attitude and effort are going to be excellent. I think he'll give everything for Everton. So I think he'll be a good addition. Aaron Yates says, Davy Classen has been amazingly recently for club and country. Yeah, good. I like Davy Classen. I had no issue with him. I hope he continues to thrive. Definitely. Kevin Kraft says, get Hammers' talent and attitude right, and he'll be a winner at Everton. Yeah, possibly. Possibly. Everton Azul says, Hammer said in his Twitch yesterday, he loved the Everton fans, and he praised how amazing and supporting they have been to him. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, we all want to see him play, but we want to see him put the same effort and commitment in as all the other lads. Because why should, I know this might be like a stupid question. Not stupid question, but it might be like a silly statement. But say like Richarlison, like why should Richarlison work his bollocks off every day and every game if James doesn't put the same type of commitment in? And I know you might go, well, he's a better footballer than him, but you've got to have a level that everyone has to aspire to. Some will be better than others, but you've got to have a level. Has James done that so far? I don't know. I mean, Rafa Benitez was kind of hinting that he needs to do more. Well, he's the manager. He wants good players. The manager's not going to go, he's an amazing player, but I don't want to play him. He's going to go, well, he's here, so I'll use him because he's good. But if he's a player who isn't given everything for the cause, then why should he play? And I'm a James Rodriguez fan, by the way. I can't wait to see him, but I want to see him when he's earned the right to be in our team. It's easy when you're losing games. If he's not in, you go get him in. Got nothing to lose. But we started quite well. So you've got to force your way into that team. And I'm not convinced right now that he's done enough to force, well, he hasn't, to force his way into the team. All that being said, I would have him on the bench on Monday night. That's my opinion. Hayley Lee says, totally agree with you, Baz, about Hammers. Thanks, Hayley. Shrika says, what about Benitez tactics so far? I think he puts too much creative responsibility on the wingers. Does he? I think we've been fine so far. Scored at least 2 goals in every game we've played so far. So just think back to the Italian fella's time last season when we weren't scoring. So I think the tactics have been fine. I think we need other players as well to weigh in, not just the wingers. We can't be overly reliant. But I think the tactics have been fine. I think we've been quite creative. But we'll see. While GFC says last time we took a bagger, we got a superstar. Let's hope lightning strikes twice. Steve Peace says, Baz, have you heard to check the core for Leon or Lens? 21-year-old centre midfield looks really good. I'm sure Everton have been linked with him, Steve. Sure, we've been linked with him last season. The kid. Yeah, 20, Decore, playing in France. We have Defo. But you're right, they're the kind of ones we should be looking at. He's Basuma and people like that. Sangari, who you'll all know, I've banged on about for ages. But they're the ones we need to be buying. Tazul says, any thoughts on when Gabama might play? Sure, he'll be on the bench on Monday night. And then, as Sol said, he'll probably play against QPR. Last of the Corinthians says there's no way Hammers will put more work rate in. That's the way he is. Okay. Sound. We'll see. If he won't, then he won't be involved, mate, will he? That's the way it is. Wad says he wants Decore to move up more, not just the wingers. Absolutely. And Decore and Allen, to be honest, have been more in the penalty area in the first few games than they were under Carlo. So obviously there's been a little change with the tactics, or he's probably just said, go on and be decent. I mean, that's the easiest advice to give anyone. Go on and just play your normal game. Everton Azul says Colombia beat Chile 3-1 yesterday. I have no doubt Hammers wishes he would have been part of that team and will put the effort in. They did beat them 3-1. Luis Diaz, who almost joined Everton, of course, in the window, won a penalty for Colombia and scored a goal as well. I believe he was very good. So hopefully that's something Everton revisit. If not in January, then definitely next summer. Rafa Benitez fan says I'd play a back four of Dean, Keane, Mina, Godfrey for this one purely because of Burnley's aerial threat. Godfrey had put McNeil in his pocket. Rest Coleman's hamstring for this one. Yeah, I mean, that might be what he does, mate, to be honest. Tazul says the football's been a breath of fresh air compared to last year. Remember the terrible games last time when we couldn't even muster a shot. Yeah, definitely. Can see Burnley being our toughest game so far. Yeah, absolutely. What you've got to remember is, and check out the match preview, which will be out as well later on. What you've got to remember is Everton have played 3 teams so far that have come onto them, that have been attacking sides, and we've been able to pick them off on the counter-attack. Burnley will come and sit in and make it really difficult for us playing a low block. So it's a different type of challenge again for Everton on Monday, and that might be why James Rodriguez off the bench will be a little ace up Benitez's a sleeve. Also having Solomon Rondon on the bench as well, a different option. But I think we're gonna have to really be careful and wary of their threat, particularly off set plays. But trying to break them down will be quite difficult for the simple reason that they do sit deep, so there won't be as much space in behind them. So we'll see. Sol is going to go with a back three of Townsend right wing back. Godfrey's too good a centre back to play a right back, and it'll be his first game in a while. Chris says James needs to play centrally, not number 10, not on the wing. Charlie says last season it was like we needed James in the team to win, but this season we've been fine without him. Yeah, we just want to be good, don't we? I mean, that's the top and bottom of it, really. Absolutely the top and bottom of it. So, do one more refresh. This time round, we might actually have to play to stretch Burnley as in Gray and Townsend. Maybe. We'll have to see. It's going to be a tough game, but it's a very, very winnable game for Everton. Burnley haven't won yet this season either, so these are one of those games where if Everton can get ahead, the crowd will make the difference. And I think sometimes when you're in that position and things aren't going fantastically for you, if you go a goal behind, the tendency is to go, here we go again, and the confidence is low. So let's go for it. Jürgen Carlson says, do you think Iwobi or Townsend should start? I would start with Townsend, to be honest. I think his work rate and work ethic on that right-hand side gives us a base to start with. But saying that Iwobi has done really well when he's been involved this season. So it's a tough one for Benitez, definitely. But I think I would personally go with Andros Townsend for this one. And have maybe Iwobi as if it isn't working to swap him out, something like that. So it's good to have options though. Too many times last season we didn't have any of those options. It was all the same. So we'll have to just see what happens. But I would personally, I'd go with Andros for this one. Phil Hughes says, how much of Rondon do you think we'll see in this game? If we see anything, maybe the final 15 minutes. But that depends on Dom. He's back in training, Dom. So hopefully, we missed out from England. He's had a rest. He's had treatment. So hopefully he'll be firing. But it's good to have the option. And listen, Everton might need to put Rondon on with Dom. So we'll have to see. The ideal scenario would be we'd be 3-0 up with 20 minutes left. Dom will have scored and we'll take him off and put Rondon on and introduce him that way. But there's other scenarios where he might play a lot more than what we thought he was going to play, just depending on it. So, Alan said, what's your score prediction for Monday? I went Everton 2, Burnley 0. I went for. Kevin Kraft went for 3-0. Rafa Benitez fan says apparently Everton only scored 1 goal from the bench last season, so using Rondon and Harris as impactful players from the bench could be very impactful this season. Absolutely. What's the other one? Wad says have all the transfer windows closed now. I think the Middle East market is still open for another, might be 2 weeks or so, but I don't see him going there either, to be honest. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see with that. Yeah, we'll wait and see. So, right, that is us done. Why not join us on Patreon? Why not become a patron? If not, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. And if you want more videos, get over to Patreon, like I just said. Don't forget, download and play Ultimate Fan. It's free to play. The cross between FIFA Ultimate Team and Fantasy Football. You get 3 free players in a pack every Tuesday. You can win a share of $8,500. There's 2 subscription options as well. If you fancy it, they are $2.99 a month, $4.99 a month. If you want it, you get better players and stuff. But you can play it absolutely free. The link is in the description. If you played Toffee picks last year as part of our thing, go and get involved in this. Go and do it right now. Thank you very much. Right, take it easy, and we'll see you later. Bye.